Hello, hello, hi. Welcome in, welcome in. Um, Today we're gonna have an interesting thing going on. Give me just a second, because I know audio is being haywire right now. Yeah. Okay. Um. So we will have a fun thing. As you can see, today we're using a different tracking software. Now we have a bouncy hat. Um, so that means that it might get a little bit iffy when it means tracking my face. I don't know why it doesn't, but hi, Sentinel, welcome in. Look at this, look at this. Hi. Now we have hands. The face tracking is a little bit interesting. I need to still tweak a lot more with the face tracking, but I have hands and I can actually move every single finger. So yeah, that's a thing now. And we have physics in our new Christmas hat. It's super fun. It's super fun, not gonna lie. I'm still trying to get the hang of it, especially when it comes to face. Because I'm not sure if I need to exaggerate it even more than before, or is more a thing of I have not properly set it up. It could be both. But now every time I bring my my hand on frame on the camera, it's gonna be tracked. So there's that. Let's see if by any chance I can actually make this track my face better right now. Mm. Mm. There's that. That's not what I want. Not gonna lie, I will love if it will track it just a tiny bit better. But it's what we have right now. Make that your own. That's a pretty good job. I wish I made this my own, but these were assets that were already here. So I'm just kind of using them. I love it. It's super fun because I found another program that will track it better. Because I was wanting to incorporate hands, since when I am talking, I tend to use my hands a lot. They were not being tracked, so it was a little bit stiff, and I thought it could be changed a bit. So I just found this, and it kind of works. It kind of works. It's just mostly right now the way it tracks the mouth. It's so funny. Yeah, it is. It is super fun. Because right now, whenever I try to speak, I'm just gonna have my hands in here, and that's completely fine by me. I absolutely love it. So it's really interesting. It's it has to track it via camera, so it gets weird. Hello, Limit. Look at it. We have hands. It gets a little bit. Yeah, we have hand tracking for both of the hands, fingers included. So we now have hands. It gets a little bit funny. It gets a little bit funny. I'm not gonna lie to you. But aside of that, I really love it. Apparently that costs something other. There's actually a free one. The one that I'm using is 1000% free. Otherwise, I will be kicking myself in the grave. Because we don't have money. We are broken bitches. Okay. Yeah, I actually found it by accident because what was I don't remember what I was looking for. I think I was looking for hand tracking. I think that's what I was looking for. And then I ended up finding this. I'm kind of trying right now. The program, it's interesting, but at the same time, the program, it's a little bit confusing, I'm not gonna lie. Because sure, a lot of things look um, um, like live 2D, like how it's set it up. But at the same time, they kind of don't look like an... It looks more like an animation type of program. And now I forget that every time I bring hands-on things, it's just gonna... Yeah, just gonna show up. I'm not sure, because I know their expressions, but I'm not sure how they work. Because they get quite interesting. But we have like really good physics right now. And that's something I'm really liking. Because, oh yeah, since the hand limit was not aware, the hand has no physics. So I can basically just swing it around. But there's like a lot to it that I'm still like trying to learn. Because it takes a bit to understand like how stuff works. But this one has interaction with Twitch. So once I get the points for the channel, there are gonna be a lot of stuff that can and will be redeemed, and I know about it. So just to spoil a bit, I am going to have... I'm gonna be like sprayed with a hose when I need to hydrate. It's gonna be fun. The only thing that I'm trying to find is that I know that in here expressions have like weight and stuff, and if there's any like smooth time and stuff like that, I'm trying to figure it out. It's still... It's a thing. It takes a while. The itching in the head surreal. Yeah, now you're gonna be able to say it. It's just that when I like recently when I wake up, it has been like a lot of interesting things, especially when it gets what is it, like allergies. So recently I've been getting like a lot of allergies, and it just fucking sucks, okay? We're gonna see pick your nose. No, it's not that accurate. For example, in here is my nose, but it's being tracked like way up higher than that. So that's not gonna happen. I mean, if I somehow make it work even better, then yeah, you might. Yeah, I know it can be heard that I am in pain with allergies right now. Let's see. I kind of want to show this, but this is just like really interesting. We got it. We have mouth is back. Mouth is back. Kind of fish. Not really. But it's there. It's getting there. Is it I don't know. Wow. Let's say it kind of works. It doesn't, but we're getting there. Scratch your eye, we'll know what you're doing. Yeah, basically if I scratch by my face or anything like that, you will be able to see it. There is another type of tracking though that I will absolutely love, which is this one is probably for other stuff, but there is like the mouse tracking and the keyword tracking for both of them. So you will be able to see like, my hands moving. Probably I'll use those ones when we're doing art, because I find them easier sometimes. It will get dicey me just having to configure this every single time, because the only downside is that when you switch models, you will have to like set up everything from scratch, and it will not save any type of like presets, or at least I don't know how to save them, because it's weird. It's weird. And it has like pendulum physics and a lot of shit that I don't know how to use. I mean, the program is really friendly if you're just like going for basic and stuff. Also, it has like eye tracking, so it will track where I am looking. So if I'm looking like straight forward to the camera, or if I'm looking to the sides, that is being tracked, and I find this like super interesting. Because the other one, sure, it tracked the face and it tracks some movement, especially the mouth, but it didn't have like the eye tracking that this one has. And I am absolutely in love with that one. Though I would love to find... Let me bring this and show you, because this is kind of fun, but this is kind of painful. I know... I have to bring it with this one. I'm just gonna name it differently. This is Mukra for lack of a better. Yeah, it actually looks like way nicer in a lot of ways. Let me see if I can show you how much of a disaster this looks like. That's not it. That's not it. I think it's this one. I think this one cannot. Yeah, it's not gonna be tracks. Okay. So, because I want to show you like what I'm looking at, because it's not okay. It's kind of interesting, but it's absolutely not what I am looking at, to be honest. Okay, this is what I'm looking at. Welcome to what I'm seeing. This is what I've been trying like to figure out how it works. So yeah. It might look easy on the surface, but if I'm able to zoom in like for this is how everything is connected. Like if you know programming or basic coding, this will make sense, like how stuff works and shit. But god freaking damn it, it is interesting trying to figure out what I'm looking at or what I'm trying to look for, because I feel like I'm trying to look for something weight related for the way that this works. But this is interesting because there's like a lot of things. Sure. What? It gets like whenever open really big the mouth, it will track them. But if I don't, then it doesn't. Where do you go to? No, stop it, don't zoom. This is us just trying to figure out how the new things work. Okay, where do you go? Okay, you go all the way here. But what do you do? This is us just trying to figure out how this works at this point. Because you see, there's like a lot of stuff in here that I'm still not sure how it works. This is how this program works. We have a lot of stuff. Here's the keyword, the trackpad. I can bring them on, but they're not gonna be looking any interesting. Let me just move this to the other screen so I can actually... So for example, if I bring them, you're not gonna be able to see it because I think I have them like a little bit lower than they should. No. Where? Okay. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so this is the keyword. It gets interesting. It was this one. So this is the keyword. Yoink. I'm just gonna... Yeah, sure. This is gonna reach. And this is how the trackpad looks like. If I can... Oh yeah, if I enable it, you'll be able to see it. So this is the trackpad and the keyboard. that's how they look. Whenever I'm not tracking hands and I'm tracking just those two, it will be way nicer because everything that I do will just be tracking those ones, which is nice. Which is really nice. Let me just wink. Now the thing is, no, yeah, that's my hand. Maybe if I go for this, wow, like super hyper mega. I am honestly not sure. It has way too many stuff, and I'm not sure how to feel about it. But you know what? This disaster is what we're dealing with. Especially this one. This one, I think it should be easier. But I am not sure how it's gonna work. Because, yeah. Because we have a bunch of stuff. You know what? I'm just gonna let it be. We're just gonna ignore it. And I promise the back on Monday we will have better mouth tracking, better face tracking. Because this is just absolutely hating me and it's kinda nuts. And if I'm being honest, tutorials to set it up, ooh, let me tell you that there are basically none. Because not a lot of people use 3D, and if they use like the 3D, they just go for full on body tracking. So that's a thing. And I kind of hate it, but it is what it is, and it is what we have. Without further ado today, we are going to go into a game. Because today is a game day. Today I am just going to chill it out. So, we're going to go into it. Let me bring us there. This is the game that we're going to be playing today. It is called Gestalt. It's supposed to be a game about detectives. I love the fact that I'm not using my other hand and it's just like really trying to track it. This is the only thing that it gets iffy about using the camera tracking one. However, we're gonna go into this one. This is our candidate today. Let me bring in the other hand so he stops. This is the candidate today. That's what we're gonna be doing. So let's start it. I think it's kind of like a point and clicking. I'm not too sure. We're gonna see how it goes. It has creepy music already. So let's see. Yoink it. No! Okay, hold up. Yes, I am seeing other streamers while we're doing this. Where is my freaking thing? Oh, it's because we were using a reference last time. You fucking reference. Fair enough. No one saw anything. We don't know I was watching other people. We don't know that. Because there's that. You know what? I'm gonna take out the music. Every time I stream, there are more and more and more and more stuff that I need to have open. It gets interesting. We're gonna leave it there. This is what we're gonna be working with today. So, Steam says, and this is what I'm gonna get with. Steam says, we're gonna go into a haunted house. It is a point and click, but it is made as a psychological horror. I'm not sure how I feel about this one. So we are gonna play as Wiki, as my understanding goes. We're going to balance the stress of life. That's right on my... I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. We're going to try to balance in here the stress of life with the horrors of our home. What are the horrors of our home? I have no fucking clue. That's what it says. This is going to be the demo. because of course we indie day games. We are gonna work through success and failure. Both are gonna progress. So I feel like this is gonna have an impact on the story. So without further ado, we're gonna start the demo. So I'm already crapping myself, okay? Music already looks like super, super eerie. I'm just gonna move myself a bit. Yeah. Yeah. This is not looking good already. Fair enough. Okay, okay, we already live in a haunted house. That's fine. I inherited from this insane old woman that used to live in my hometown to this day. I don't know why she left me here. No, why she left me her home. In her well. We weren't related. We never spoke to one another. To be honest, she scared the shit out of me as a kid. I mean, I will be scared as well. I don't know why I accepted the offer to take it off her hands. A free house is a free house, I suppose. In this economy, go fucking W. A free house is a free house indeed. Even if it's a house crammed to the teeth with a ghost. I mean, at least you have company, I guess. No, I guess that's not exactly right. You can call the things that live here ghosts. I don't like it. Whatever they are. They're much older than ghosts. Okay, so we are dealing with probably some eldritch fucking horrors. And I feel it feels like a little bit ominous that that it's called guess on the fifth day. I think we're gonna die on the fifth day. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I feel like we're gonna die. I don't know how I feel about it. Fair enough. Another day at work. Yeah, I'm exhausted. Why can anyone do anything right at that office? That sounds like every single person going to work now. Forget it. I'll deal with it later. I can think about this right now. Well, we might out before then. I mean, there's an option. Okay, so we have a lot of options, okay? Let's look at this. Okay, we have empty slots. We have a lot of okay, we can go back to history if needed. That's good to know. Triggers. Oh, okay, okay. So these are warnings. Please read the screen. Have you tried any mobile games before? I have. I have tried Heroes of the Storm and I have tried LOL. I hate LOL with all my life. I like a lot of the characters, but the game itself and the community, I hated it. And HOTS, which is Hero of the Storm, which is from Blizzard, I am um I'm kind of struggling with Blizzard right now. Hmm. Okay. Okay, so if by any chance the game is already telling us if you're disturbed by violence, blood and dismemberment, body horror, auditory horror, mutilation, disturbing imagery, flashing lights, mention of drugs and alcohol, sexual themes and languages, depiction of self-harm and suicidal ideation, player discretion is advised. You are all warned. I'm gonna return to it. I think it's creepy going up the stairs, but I feel it like it's really ominous. This door is really ominous. We are gonna go into the right. Okay, it's a kitchen. Nice. 'Cause who wouldn't want to eat something after a freaking horrible day at work? The kitchen here is old. It took some expensive renovations to get it even remotely modern and functional. Fair enough, it works. It's a kitchen. What it lacks in modern wiring, it takes up for in size. The little things, I guess. Big kitchen? Doubly. I want a big kitchen. I want to have a house, which is probably not even a good dream at this point. I want to have a house, and that house have a fucking big ass kitchen, have a fucking big ass library. Probably, like a, I wouldn't call it a shed if I'm not gonna store like tools there. Having a space just for streaming, where I can just like properly insulated, isolated, noise cancel the shit out of it. Okay. Ooh, I like that the pom pom moves. Probably that's my insulated. It is what it is, okay? I cannot English today to save my life. Okay, it is just what it is. Oh yeah, I forgot change this actually. The 50. Yeah, brain is not braining. Feelings are feeling too much. I just like the pom pom on my head. That's all I can tell you today. Okay, I can go for the stove, a cabinet, the sink, stuff up here which I forgot its name. Of course, we can go for a knife, and we could go for that refrigerator. Um, mm, refrigerator it is. The other one was fridge. The other one was fridge, of course. A fridge full of food that can make extremely simple and basic meals. It's only ingredients in here, and I try to keep snacking a microwave meal for a minimum whenever possible. I try to tell myself I can manage making one measly meal for myself after work if I'm hungry. I feel that like coming back from work, living alone, it's great and shit. But when it comes to food, and you try to force yourself to make food, it is just a bit horrendous in some aspects. The cabinets have the basic foods I go to the most, including the spices. Cooking is one of the only things I can do for myself anymore. Work consumes my time for anything else. That that sounds too real. That sounds like the fucking average everyday that you're gonna see back from an office. That's just it. Let's go for the knives. Fucking go over. A standard but admittedly quality knife set. I hate the corporate raffles my company has, but winning this set at least saved the $150 they're worth. Why? Why are the knives so expensive? What the fuck is wrong with this? Like, why? $150 just for a set of knives. I am I am confusion. I don't get why it is so expensive. I don't cook large meals so they don't receive much wear and tear, still sharp. Holy shit. Ah! Okay, okay. We're alive. My fuck. God damn it, shit. Okay. Okay. So we got jump scared by a pig. And the fucking pig cut our arm. I don't know how I feel about this game anymore. Okay, okay. Typical sewing place for cleaning supplies and soap. It's nice to see just chemicals on here. I regularly find things hidden in here that shouldn't be. I don't want to know what you find here. And it's not always friendly about it. Yeah, yeah. I don't want to know what you find here. Was it? Okay. Okay. What do we think this is? I am debating between a rat and something much bigger. This part looks looks not like a rat at all. But I would like to say that the rest of the body is, even though I know it is not. So holy shit. I don't know what this is about. Ah. The smell hit before anything. I'm not even sure that this is supposed to be. All I know is that this wasn't here before I left for work. I mean, fair enough. I'm kind of curious on what the heck this is. Of course, he has like its side missing and stuff, but I don't know if this is a leg or if this was supposed to be an arm. This was supposed to be connected up here, and it's like a four-leg weird thing. I am not sure what's going on. Fantastic! Another thing to add to the list. Well, oven it is. We just have the oven left. I could have even managed to take my lunch today. I need to eat something. I'll cook something really quick. There's still time. Time for what? Time before what? Okay, so there's nothing else that I can click in here, so we're gonna go back. I'm gonna go into this window. Okay, it's a bathroom. It's a bathroom. Because we already know nothing bad happens in a bathroom. I try to keep the bathroom as clean as I can. It's small for such a big house. But I guess I managed just fine. Maybe I should wash up a bit. I don't like the option of the mirror. I don't like that the mirror is an option. I am absolutely hating every second of this right now. A toilet. That's mostly ordinary. And there's nothing trying to crawl out of it. Interesting. Interesting. I can't imagine it just like this thing crawling, just like tickling your ass. Or straight up biting it, which will be even creepier, much scarier. But imagine like you're just sitting down and something start crawling out and just start tickling your ass. It will be interesting and it will be creepy as fuck still. I like to keep my expensive products down here. Soaps, salts, cleaners, butter, and everything else I need to keep out of reach from the things in the house. So you're telling me they can access every other single part of the house minus the cabinet that is below the sink on the bathroom. Okay. Super normal. Super okay with it. They're going to touch for now. I wonder how long that'll last. Okay. So they can be touched. It's just that they haven't bothered. Sink. Oh yeah, we had our wound. I forgot about it. I wish my wound underneath some water. Hey, at least it was free. I mean, yes, at least the house was free. Because a house is a house. In this economy, I'll take it even if it's haunted. I keep medical kits around the house for bullshit like this. Every moment here is an opportunity for something bad to happen. Remind me of work, in a way. I don't get us saying anything. do I? Nothing who works for me, nothing who cuts me. Ha ha ha. That's enough. That's as good as my arm is going to look. Do we go for the mirror? Do we go for the bathtub? Mirror is gonna definitely scare us. I can see that coming. Mirror or bathtub? You choose. Because I don't want to choose anymore. Me just poking my head around has made it receive a cut, so I'm not happy about it. We we going for mirror. We are going for bathtub. You choose. I'm just gonna dance in here for a bit. Hey, what do you choose? What? Hmm. I think I'm gonna go for the bathtub. Nothing bad can happen in a bathtub, aside of you being killed, of course. A clawfoot bathtub, a regular fixture in this place, as old as the house itself. It smelled like dust and rot when I first moved in. Had to drain what looked like swamp water from it. I wouldn't use it after swamp water. I had to kick out the things living in it. Oh, okay. After that, I had to feel every crack myself. I wasn't sure if this thing was going to be usable. But for now, despite everything, it's mostly functional, Tom. It's just a mirror, right? We're gonna get jump scare here. Or not. I look awful. I could really use a bath. I think there should be some specific products in here somewhere. I want the full treatment tonight. I mean, yeah, so okay. So we're gonna have some salt for the bath, and we're gonna take a bath with some salt. Yeah. I found out the hard way that some sense struck some pretty fuck up things in this house. I learned to avoid those. Okay, I don't like it. This may be what I need for a good bath tonight. You have taken the salt. Okay. We shower. I let the water run as hot as I can take. That is a female for you. We always, and we will always, take a shower with almost molten lava as if it was water. I had 2 pots of the bath salts to the water and watched them dissolve. Running my hand through it, the salty water burns. Of course, you have a fucking cut. Perfect. Okay, we have some serious masochism here. And hello, does she have good bobas? I know, I know, but come on, she has really nice bobas, like an amazing back, really dark long hair that it just contrasts with her skin. I feel like her skin is like a light brown. Because if this is white, this should be like a light brown. And then the way I'm picturing her, she's super gorgeous. This is fucked up, but she's gorgeous. Why do I do this? I wonder if it's the money, maybe the routine. But I'm suffocated. I hate it. I hate them. Fair enough, I will hate my boss as well. I can't stand this. I feel something's just gonna fucking jump scare me. I'm overthinking this. You don't need to be happy to work a job. That's true. I have money. I don't need my soul cleansed or whatever. I should get dressed. Okay, fair enough. I think this is a room. I think I'm gonna take this. This is the living room. What's the hardest thing about this place to fix up? It came fully furnished, decorated with old furniture that I'm sure someone had died on. Okay, okay. I kept some, but the rest are relocated to other places in the house. The house is so large and the furniture was so heavy it took months. Yeah, I can see that happening. You wouldn't believe the things that were living underneath it all. Yeah, I honestly don't want to know what was in there. We have the whatever this thing is called because I forgot about it. The couch, the window, and the TV. I'm gonna go for the whatever this is called. The coffee table. This coffee table is one of the few pieces of furniture that I managed to buy and keep without it ended up missing. Interesting. It's small but serves its purpose. Uh, oh, we got a personal laptop. It's still on. Must have forgotten to turn it off the last time I used it. I wonder if there is anything worth checking in here before I go to bed. Sure, let's open the laptop. We type exit to live. Oh, we have actually to type it down. That's interesting. Okay, so actually we need to underscore PC. That's not it. Hi, Infinity, welcome in. Hi, welcome in, welcome in. Okay, no results found. And if we actually, is this maybe capes sensitive? Okay, no result found. House. Monster maybe? Haunted. I'm just gonna get out because I don't know what to do with that one. Regarding the thing, I am kind of scared, not gonna lie. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Where is this thing? It's the thing. Ah, what do I want? I feel if I go for the couch, we might get fucking scared because there was stuff living here. So I'm gonna go for the window. There's a window that leads into the side of my yard. It's not much of a view. A dead tree and some dead grass that refuses to go green no matter what I do. Because that shit is haunted. Someone's body is there. I am predicting that right now. Someone fucking body's already there. I'm gonna go for a TV. I hate this. I hate every single second of this right now. That's why I'm finding the couch. Okay, okay. We can just breathe in and we can just breathe out. That is that is completely fine. It's completely fine. We're not gonna die yet. Yet being the keyword here. We are we're fine. Okay? We're fine. We're fine. Okay. The couch is somewhat comfortable. That's what I have to tell myself. Like many things in this place, I can't get rid of it. So I'm stuck with it for now. Hmm. I got a book. I've been reading. It's still here from yesterday. I've been trying to get through it whenever I actually manage to get the time. Do I have time tonight? We do. I can get through maybe a chapter tonight. Maybe all I have time for. Let's see, where did I leave off here? Ooh, there is a lot. Okay, if I'm able to like properly read, because there's a lot of like mumbo jumbo here. This is long. This is long. So the day had gone by just as days go by. Okay, so this is called for madmen only. It looks, I don't know if it's a chapter or the book. But the day had gone by just as days goes by. I had killed it in accordance with my primitive and retiring way of life. I had worked for an hour or two. And this is where it gets blurry, so I'm not sure if it's perused or pursued. I'm gonna say perused. The pages of old books. I had had pain for 2 hours, as elderly people do. I had taken a powder. Yes, I had taken a powder and been very glad when the pains consented to disappear. I had laid in a hot bath and absorbed its kindly warmth. 3 times the mail had come with undesired letters and circulates to look. I had done my breathing exercises. I found it convenient today to commit. Is that commit? To omit the thought exercises. I had been for an hour's walk and see the lovely feathery cloud patterns penciled against the sky. The bottom of the second page is interesting. It just feels like the bottom of the second page just goes on. There's no like pause in there, which is pretty interesting. But it looks terrible to be honest. It's really hard to read. I don't know how you managed to read anything there. Uh, that was very delightful. So was the reading of the old books. So was the lying in the warm bath. But, again, all in all, it had not been exactly a day for rapture. No. It had not even been a day brightened with happiness and joy. Rather, it had been just one of those days, which for a long while now had fallen to my lot. The moderately pleasant, the wholly bearable and tolerable lukewarm days of the discomforted middle-aged man, days without special pain, without special cares, without particular worry, without despair, days when I have calmly wonder, objective and fearless, whether it isn't time to follow the example of Albert Sifter and had an accident while shaving. Oh, you're not meant to read the title. Yeah, I know. We don't care. We're gonna read whatever she was reading. Because I find it interesting. I mean, how am I how am I not gonna be reading something that looks like this, like super bored, and then it's called for madmen only? Like, explain me why I wouldn't do it. I'm gonna read it. And I'm gonna do my best to fucking read it. We're ready. We are already like halfway through the first page. And I am taking that shit every day. So he Who was knows the others' days? The angry ones of goat attacks, of those with the wicked headache routed between the elbows that cast a spell on every nerve of eye and ear with the fiendish delight of torture or soul destroying, evil days of inward vacancy and despair, when on a distracted earth, sucked dry by the vampires of finance, the world of men, and the so called culture crashed back at us with the lying vulgar uh, what's this beaten brazen glamour of a fair and dogs us with the perspective of an enigmatic and when all's concentrated and focused to the last pitch of that interlevel upon of our own sick self. The role playing the immersion. Yes. If they give us a book and they give us the option of me struggling and reading it, I am reading that shit. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't care if we were just supposed to read the title. We are reading this shit. But for some reason we're like living in a haunted house and we're reading of it looks like some fucking killer that is just like living or just like hanging out their last days. I don't know. But I'm here for it. He who has known these days of hell may content may contented it with normal half and half days like today. Thankfully, you sit by the warm stove. Thankfully, you assure yourself as you read your morning paper that another day has come and no war broken out. So okay, maybe we're not a killer, maybe we was just a really traumatized veteran. No new dictatorship has been set up. No particularly disgusting scandal being unveiled on the words of politics or finance. Thankfully, you tune the strings of your moldering lyre to a moderated, to a passively joyful nay, to an evil, delightful palm? No, it's not palm. It's a P. It's an S. But I'm not sure what the heck is after that. I'm gonna say it's gonna be psalm, because usually P's are silent. So delighted psalm of Thanksgiving, and with it warrior choir, flabby and slightly stupefied, half and half god of contentment, and in the thick warm air of a contented boredom and very welcome painlessness, the not in Mandarin. Yeah, it's a Mandarin. I don't know why it will be a Mandarin, but it is. Of a half and half god and another middle aged gentleman who seeks his muffled Pam look as like each other as two peas. There is much to be said for contentment and painlessness, for these bearable and submissible days on which neither pain nor pleasure is audible, but pass by whispering and on a tiptoe. But the worst of it is that it's just a contentment that I cannot endure. After a short times, it fills me with irrepressible? Irrepressible. I'm gonna say that's irrepressible. Irrepressible hatred and nausea. We are already starting the second page, which I feel proud of. We're reading something unreadable. In desperation, I have to escape and throw myself on the road of pleasure. Or, if that cannot be, and the road to pain. I mean, fair enough, fair enough. We are taking either roads of pleasure or pain. I think that's fine. Where are we? Where are we? Um, when I have neither pleasure nor pain, I have been breathing for a while the lukewarm, insipid air of these so-called good and tolerable days. I feel so bad in my childish soul that I smash my moldering lyre of thanksgiving in the face of the slumbering god of contentment, and would rather feel the very devil born in me, than this warmth of a well-heated room, a wild longing for strong emotion and sensations. Soothes in me. A rage against this. What the heck is that? Senseless? I think this is senseless. A rage against this senseless, flat, normal, and sterile life. I had a mad impulse to smash something, a warehouse perhaps, or a cathedral, or myself, to commit outrages to pull off the twigs of a few several idols. Interesting, interesting. To pursue a few rebellious schoolboys with the longed for tickets, or say longed for tickets, so Hamburg tickets to Hamburg, or to send one or two representatives of the established order in their heads. For what I always hated and detested and cursed above all things was this contentment, this healthiness and comfort, this careful preserved optimism of the middle class, this fat ass prosperous brow of mediocrity. Interesting. So I was actually doubting, I was really thinking. I'm not sure if they are actually a killer, or if they're just like someone really bored out of their mind. Because because hear me out, okay? Hear me out. So they're living in this fucking place, right? They are bored. And they're like really bored. And I don't know why. Like they just have this like whole sense of we're just bored because you know what? Yeah, right. So we're just bored. Wait, but the way they're saying it feels like someone that has so much adrenaline back in the days that right now they're back on zero, and maybe back on zero is just driving them crazy. So I have two options in here. You're just killing time is all. I may be listening. I mean, maybe that's possible. But my two theories here is one, they were a killer, like a serial killer, and then right now they're just really old, so they cannot continue like killing. So they're kind of retired. Second option, so hear me out. Second option, they're a retired veteran, and now they're just killing time. These are my two options for this book. It's it's interesting to say the least, because I cannot like there's just a thin line between being a serial killer and being a retired veteran that is really hard to like pinpoint which one is which. Mm. Mm. No, no, no. It was. I don't know if this is such or it's in each. I'm gonna say such. It was in such a mood then that I finished this not intolerable and very ordinary day as Sussex Inn. I did not end it with I'm tempted to say maneuver, but it's not maneuver. In a more ever becoming a radius more I'm not sure of this word. It might be man ever, mar ever, man something. So the first three look like MAN, and then this bit in here, this blobs usually is an EVER. It would be never, but I've never heard the word. So I'm not sure. We're gonna ignore the word. Becoming a rather island man and go to bed, tempted by a hot water bottle. Instead, I put on my shoes, ill humoredly, discontented and disgusted with the little work I had done, and I went out into the dark and foggy streets mm, to drink while men, according to an old convention, called a glass of wine at the sight of the steel helmet. So I went down the stairs from my room in the attic. Okay, so now we have context. We're fucking living in an attic. Those difficult stairs of this alien world, those thoroughly book roads, well swept and skirts of a very respectable three-family apartment house, under whose mood I have my refuge. Yeah, under whose roof I have my refuge. I know how it comes about, but I, the homeless, Steppenwolf the solitary, the hated of life potty conventionalness, always take up my quarters in just such houses as this. It's an old weakness of mine. I feel, I feel this guy is a killer. Because this is not the first time, like the way he's saying, this is not the first time that he has taken a refuge in these places. I feel this guy is a killer. I am 90% sure that this guy is a killer right now. Yeah. I live neither in palatial houses nor in those of the humble poor, but instead as deliberately in this respectable, awareness, and spotless middle class homes, which smell of turpentine and soap, and when there is a punk, if you hang the door or come in with dirty shoes. The love of this atmosphere comes so doubt, I don't know this, across the day of my childhood, and a secret yearning I have for something home-like drives me through with the little hope to follow the same old stupid green. No, stupid road, actually. Then again, I like the contrast between my lonely, loveless, haunted, and sorcerily disorderly existence and this middle class family life. I like to breathe in on the stairs this other of quiet and order, of cleanliness and respectable domesticity. There is something in it that touches me in spite of my hatred for all it stands for. I like to step across the threshold in my room where all of this suddenly stops, where instead cigar ash and wine bottles lie among the headed up books, and there is nothing but disorder and neglect, and where everything books, manuscript, thoughts is marked and saturated with the plight of lonely men. Lonely trying to read without glasses simulator. It kind of feels like that. No, I can say if I take out my glasses, I can't see shit. Like, nope, I'm not even gonna try without my glasses. With the prowling of existence, with the yearning after a new orientation for an age that was lost with its bearing. I actually find it really funny that I have to use the cursor to know where the fuck I am. Because holy shit, it's complicated. Like I feel, let me see. They look they look better on fucking stream. Hold on. It looks it looks clear on stream than what it looks on my freaking actual screen. Holy shit. Okay. Okay. We already checked it. But yeah, it looks because now I know what this is, and now I came to the and I don't know this because in my text is just like freaking terrible. Is there any way? I don't know how. Okay, it just looks clear in there. Can I? I can't do. Can I? Is there a way? Hold up, hold up, hold up. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna move this and I'm gonna move that there. Yes, it looks clear. Hold on, can I just like move this down and make this bigger somehow? Oh, that's as big as it will go. Okay, and I cannot zoom in it. I cannot use these streams. Hold on, hold on. Because I try to get like creative and see if by any chance I could use this stream. But it looks like it can't. Is what I mean. Okay, hold up. Let me bring this to the screen and see if I can actually. Nah, that ain't happening. If I move you out of the way, let me take you out. Right, if I move you out, now I can't. I tried. I really tried to see if I was able to really better on the stream. But no, I have to suffer. You have the clear option. I just have to suffer for a bit. Fair. Fair. Okay, I'll take it. As one will say, I hate it here. We just hating it here right now. But it is what it is. And then when I come to this Araucaria? I will say Araucaria, because it looks like that. I must tell you that on the first floor of this house, the stairs pass by a little vestibule in the entrance so flat, which I am convinced is even more spotlessly swept and garnished than the others. For this saddle vestibule shines with the superhuman housewifery. It is a little temple of order in this pancake floor, where it seems desecration so so spread, are two elegant stands, and on each a large pot. In one grows an azalea, and in the other one stately an arancarisa. This is an inn. Yeah, an arancaria. What the fuck is an arancaria? Let me look. What the fuck is an arancaria? Arancaria. Okay, Araucaria. That's how it's called. So that's a new. Okay, that's an Araucaria. It's like a kind of. I know I just saw it. It's like a sad pine. That is my best description, and I'm not gonna elaborate. An Araucaria is a sad pine. A thriving, straight-grown baby too. A perfect specimen, which to the last needle of that topmost twig, riddle the pick of the frequent ablations. Sometimes when I know that I am unobserved, I use this place as a temple. I take my seat on a step of the stairs above the Araucaria and resting a while with folded hands, I contemplate this little garden of order and let the touching air it has this somewhat ridiculous neatness move me to depths of my soul. I imagine behind this vestibule, in the sacred shadow, one may say of the Araucaria, a hum fell of the shining mahogany, and a life full of sound, respectably Early rising attention, so to duty, and that's it. That's all the 2 pages. There is more. We can actually read this whole shit. I'm starting to feel if I want to read this and keep on struggling, or if I don't. Because it's just come on, you just sound like this. No, I actually really want to know what the fuck's going on. Affecting lightheartedness, I read the moist parents of the narrow street. A thought in tears and veiled, and lamps glimmer through the chill gloom, and soak the reflections throughly from the wet ground. The forgotten years of my youth came back to me. How I used to love the dark, sad evenings of late autumns and winters. How eagerly I embodied their moods of loneliness and melancholy. When wrapped in my that's so dark cloak. Oh, in my cloak, I strode for half the night through rain and storm through the leafless winter landscape. Lonely enough then too, but full of deep joy and full of poetry, which later I wrote down by candlelight sitting in the edge of my bed. All that was past now, the cup was emptied and will never be filled again. Was that a matter for regret? No, I did not regret this past. My regret was for the present day, for all the countless hours and days, but I lost in mere passivity. Passivity? Passivity. Passi- yeah, passivity? And that brought me nothing, not even the shocks of awakening. But thank God they were exceptions. They were they were something. And then through rarely the hours, the breath of welcome shock. Pulled down the walls and brought me back again from my wandering to the living heart to the world. Sadly, and yet deeply moved, I set myself to recall the last of these experiences. It was a concert of lovely old music. Those 2 or 3 notes of the piano, the door was open of a sudden to the other world. I spent through havens and saw God at work. I suffered holy pains. I dropped all my defenses and was afraid of nothing in the world. I accepted all things, and to all things I gave up my heart. I did not last very long, a quarter of an hour perhaps, but it returned to me in dream of night, and since through all the barren days, I caught a glimpse of it now, and then, sometimes for a minute or two, I saw it clearly, threading my life like a divine and golden track, but nearly always it was blurred in dirt and dust. Then again it gleamed out of a golden spark as thought never to be lost again, and yet was soon quite lost once more. Once it happened, as I lied awake at night, that I suddenly spoke in verses so beautiful and strange that I need not venture to think of writing them dozen, and then in the morning they vanished. And yet they lay hidden within me, like the hard kernel within an old battle husk. Was it kept to me while reading a poet, while pondering through the discards of Pascal, against all alone, cut and drawn its cold track far into the sky while I was in the presence of my beloved. Ah, but it is hard to find this track of the divine and the midst of this life we lead in the besotted humandrum age of spiritual blindness, with its architecture, its business, its politics, its men. How could I fail to be a lone wolf? And as uncouth hermit as I did was not sure was of its aim, not understand was its pleasures. I cannot remain for long as either theatre or picture house. I can scarcely read a paper. Seclum's a modern book. I cannot understand what pleasure and joys they are that drive people to the overcrowded railways and hotels, into the packed cafes with the suffocating and oppressive music, to the bars and variety entertainments to work exhibitions, so the courses. I cannot understand nor share these joys, though they are within my reach, for which thousands of others strive. On the other hand, what happens to me in my rare hours of joy? What for me is bliss and life and ecstasy and ill desire, the word in general seeks at most in imaginations. In life it finds it absurd, and in fact in the world is right. If the music of the cafes, the masses enjoyments, and these Americanized men who are pleased with so little all right, then I am wrong. I am crazy. I am in truth the sapient wolf that I often call myself. What it beats a stray who finds neither home nor joy nor nourishment in world that is strange and incomprehensible to him. I feel that this just took like a really wild turn, not gonna lie. Like I felt we were a veteran, then I felt we were a killer, and I was pretty sure that we were a killer. Then now I feel that we're just like a philosopher, like a grumpy philosopher. It's getting interesting. With these familiar thoughts, I went along the wet street through one of the quietest and oldest quarters of the towns. On the opposite side, there stood in the darkness an old stone wall with, I always noticed with pleasure, old and serene. It stood between a little church and an old hospital, and often during the day I let my eyes rest in its rough surface. There were few such quiet and peaceful spaces in the center of the those with the something, or from every square foot seen lawyer or something, or doctor or barber or chiropractic shouted the same at you. This time too, the wall something answering, and yet something was altered in it. I was amazed to see a small and something, something in the middle of the wall where I could not make up my mind. Years ago, years ago, onto a sleepy cavern yard, and it's so still, even though the convent was no longer there. Probably I had seen it 100 times and simply not noticed it. For fact, it had been painted afresh and caught my eye for that reason. You know what? The longer I read this, the easier it is to read it for me. Because now I understand like what the smudges are. So it's pretty interesting because now it's like really fluent aside from the first two pages. I perused to examine it from where I stood without crossing over, as the street between was so deep in mud and water. From the sidewalk where I stood and looked across, it seemed to me the dim light that a garden or something gaily entered was this stone round the doorway, and now that I look more closely, I saw over the portal a beige shield on which it seemed to me there was something written. I strained my eyes, and at last, in spite of the most in the mud and puddles sent across, and there were over door, I saw a stain bracing on faintly on the gray grain of the wall, and over the stain bright bottless dancing, and then disappeared, returning and vanishing once more. So that's it. So that's it. Thought. They've disfigured the coated old wall with an electric sign. Meanwhile, I decipher one or two of the letters as they appeared again for an instant, but they were hard to read even by guesswork, for they came with every regular species between them and very familiar and abruptly vanished. However, hope for any insult, for any result from a display like that was not very smart. He was a Steppenwolf, poor fellow. Why have his letters playing in this old wall in the darkest alley of the old town on a west night with a soul passing by? And what were they? No floating, no fifle, and illegible? But wait, at least I succeeded in catching several wolves in the end. They were magic theater. Entrance not for everybody. I tried to open the door, but the heavy old latch will not stir. The display too was over. It had suddenly, I have no clue of the word. It had suddenly something, suddenly convinced of its oneness. I took a few steps back, landing step into the mud, but no more letters came. The display was over for a long time. I stood waiting in the mud, but in vain. Then, when I had given up and gone back to the alley, a few calling letters dropped here and there, reflected on the asphalt in front of me. It read, "For madmen only." Interesting. This is starting to make sense. My feet were wet and I was chilled to the bone. Nevertheless, I stood waiting, nothing more. But while I waited, thinking how prettily the letters had danced, and it was ghostly fashion over the damp wheel and the back sheen of the asphalt, a fragment of my former thoughts came suddenly to my mind. A similarity to the track of shining gold and suddenly vanished it cannot found. I was freezing, awaking on following the track of my dreams, longing to for that doorway of an enchantment theater, which was to the madmen only. Meanwhile, I had reached the marketplace, where there were a lack of evening entertainments. At every other step were placed were placards and posters with their various attractions: ladies' orchestra, birding, cinema, ball. But none of this was for me. They were for everybody. For these normal persons whom I have chronically ever entranced. In spite of that, my sadness was little lightened. I had had a greeting from another world, and a few dancing colored letters that had played upon my soul and soared its secret strings. A glimmer of the golden track, and when visible, and had been visible once again, I thought of the little ancient seven, where nothing had altered since my first visit to this town, a good 25 years before. Ever the landlady was the same as then, and many of the patrons who sat there in these days sat there still at the same places before the same glasses. There I took refuge. True, it was only a refuge, something like this one on the stairs opposite to the Araucaria. Here too, I found neither home nor company. Nothing but a meal from which to view a stage where strange people played strange parts. Nonetheless, the quiet of the place was worth accompanying. No crowds, no music, only a few peaceful townfolk eh, at bare wooden something. No marble, no enamel, no plush, no brace, and before each his evening glasses of good old wine. It was just 4 pages. I feel betrayed. I wanted more. I feel it was not enough. I didn't realize how late it's gotten. This book is dense. Still, it's nice to have. I don't think about work once, so it's serving its purpose. Fair enough. I would get up before I fall asleep down here. Not gonna lie, my head is kind of hurting after trying to read that, but we needed to read it. Do we want to go upstairs, or do we want to go into the door? I think door it is. We're gonna go door. It's a fucking basement. Yeah, it had to be done. The story actually was really interesting. Not gonna lie, it was. It was honestly interesting. But we're in a basement, and I don't feel happy about it. Most of the things in the house that I fail to get rid of or find a place for usually end up down here. This room of the house is the most disorganized by far. A glorified storage room. What can I interact with? Okay, a toolbox. Something here. I think I'm gonna go for this something. A workbench I bought after I first moved in. I had to do an annoying amount of DIY in this place. So much that I got fed up and set this thing down here. Now, if I ever need to fix anything or put something together, I have a place for that. It gives me something to do and clears my head, provided that nothing decides to scream in my ear during the process. Fair enough. Oh, there's another thing here. The shelves down here are filled to the brim with old books, dead things, and other shit I don't really have a name for or category for. Interesting, we have a fucking pig head. I wish I could make this entire area look better, but I never find the willpower to do it. Fair enough. It's all just end up mess again. There. There's a skull. There's a weird skull here. This is somehow the cleanest area down here. I try to keep it that way. I had to buy so many tools just to even remotely modernize this house. Even after all of that, it's still a clutter mess. Hmm? Fuck, that's where I left them. Now we have cigarettes. Nice. It must have been from the other night when I was working down here. I tore apart my car looking for this. So I guess I bought a brand new pack for nothing. I can make time for a smoke tonight. Where the hell is my lighter? Was there a lighter here? No. We're gonna we're gonna leave. We're gonna leave. I don't think there was a lighter in the kitchen, was it? I'm gonna go upstairs. The master bedroom in this place is spacious, but I think it's to the point that the room just looks empty. I tried having my own bed put in here, but after I tried the first time, I found the mattress shredded to pieces while I was out of the house. Something in this house took coffins to that, I guess. Fair enough. Uh, maybe it's in this one? A place for my foldable clothing with other things from my pockets later on top of it, which means I can stop carrying this around. The employee lanyard from work. We'll have this to get into and out of the building. It's a mojo to be able to take it off at the end of the day. Check later. Hmm? Ooh, yeah, it was here. Nice. I mean, there's my lighter. I didn't have it today, and I had to ask around the office for one like an idiot. I'll pocket this for now on, in case I have time for that smoke tonight. You have taken the lighter. I kind of want chicken. Kenny, I guess, saw something manager. You're a manager. A good place to charge my phone when I sleep and keep important things. Interesting. I'm kind of fascinated. This is an option. And you know what? We're gonna do it. Because we're not cowards here. I just need to unwind the bed. Okay, aside of the scary parts, this is really interesting. It could be better, but that's definitely just the mood I'm in. I can even enjoy this like I want, but at least I still feel something. A distraction. Okay, enough of that. So funny. My nerve feels a little bit better. That's all I can ask for right now. I mean, I take it. I'll take it any time of the week, I guess. There's nothing else aside of this thing. I'm absolutely worn out. I need a rest. This day has been long enough. Do you wish to end the day? I am not sure if ending the day is a good idea. But I think we already explored everything. Today has been exhausting. Work is work, but it's getting worse. It's harder. I don't know why. On top of work, the weird shit in this house doesn't seem to want to give me a break anytime soon. But still, at least I got some things done that I actually wanted to do. A bath, light reading, even try to finish tonight. Tried. Okay. A semblance of progress, if nothing else. Okay. And here, I am talking rather than sleeping. Tomorrow won't be better. But maybe it'll at least be different. End of the first day. I'm quite scared if this is gonna be 5 days. It could be 5 days. It could be less than 5 days. I am okay. This is this is Zelda. Fair enough. You're doing great, Wiki. Everything will be okay. You have taken the correct path. Celestial beings are not to be taken without caution. They only seek to destroy what they cannot come to love, and thus must not be undone by their own giving, spoken like venom. I can help you. I will assist you with my sacred and most blasphemous knowledge. I have faith in you. Okay. Honestly, for that being a demo, it really gives you a grasp of everything that's gonna happen in the game. It's really interesting, not gonna lie. I really liked it. It gives you, like, you're gonna get jump screen, so be aware when you play this. You're gonna get the jump screen. End of demo. Thanks for playing. Yeah. Let me just bring us into, so this is gonna be honestly a really short stream. I'm not gonna like expand too much on it. Let me just bring us into the other one. Game really interesting. It honestly scared the shit out of me a couple of times. I'm not even gonna lie. It did scare the shit out of me. Really, really immersive the way it goes. The way it actually makes you go to different things. Because it actually makes us go and experience it from her point of view. Which honestly, I am absolutely on board. It still gave me the creeps. It still gave me the creeps. It is creepy as fuck. A fucking pig scared the shit out of me several times. But aside of that, is actually a pretty interesting game in general. The way it immerses you in the world, since just like right in the beginning, and then the way it goes out of there, like all the way out, just to show you more things. And it's kind of it's mundane, okay? So it's really mundane. Like the part of the work, of course, the haunted part is not mundane. Like like how she goes to work, how she feels about work. The part is like so realistically human and so mundane at the same time that is honestly really interesting to see. Because even if you don't feel like 100% compelled to it, it's still really, really interesting to see. Because not everyone will feel the same way of work, of course. There's some people that actually enjoy work, and those are psychopaths. And there is no discussion here. They are definitely psychopaths. And you cannot make me change my mind. I just realized I absolutely whiffed the fucking title for the stream, and I never realized it till now. Well, it is what it is, you know. It's still, it's we're kind of reaching the end. So today is just gonna be like really short. Not that I don't have a lot of stuff to do, but to be honest, we're not feeling on our best today. Even if I had like new stuff going on, I am honestly not feeling at my best. So I don't want to drag it like too long, just in case, because it's gonna feel a little bit weird. But yeah, game nice, scary, interesting, story wise. The fact that it leaves you read a book, I will recommend it. I liked it. It has something really mundane to it, but at the same time, it is something. Um, how can I say it? It has like this daily part of mundane things, but at the same time, it's just so real. You're kind of able to click with it, and that's something I honestly really liked about the game. So in that note, I hope on Monday we have a better tracking, which will be the idea. So in that note, I'm gonna see all of you on Monday when we're gonna be going back to Timber Borders. Because yes, the file is still alive. We're gonna have beavers and we're gonna have train. So for now, the abyss is gonna rest. Farewell, my souls. Thanks so much for coming. And until our next gathering in the shadows, you remember, stay relentless. See you around.